Hello and welcome to WatchFeed, a channel dedicated to entertainment. Based on the Dark Horse Comics, a series created by Gerard Way and Gabriel Barr, which gave birth to a Netflix series called The Umbrella Academy, which stars Ellen Page, who plays Vanya, Tom Hopper, who plays Luther, David Castaneda, who plays Diego, Emmy Raver Lampman, who plays Allison, Robert Sheehan, who plays Klaus, Aidan Gallagher, who plays Five, and Justin Min, who plays Ben. Our favorite dysfunctional and wonderfully funny family of superhuman children will return on July 31st, 2020 with plenty of suspense, action, sci-fi and horror, with 10 episodes as we have seen in season 1. From the trailer, there are some key characters and events that would make us scream for joy. Although, before we go into it, a quick recap from season 1. This is a warning if you haven't seen season 1, spoiler alert. Okay, continue at your own risk. The series is about a group of children who were mysteriously born to women who were not pregnant prior to that day. There were 43 of such children, and out of them, 7 were adopted by a billionaire and inventor, Sir Reginald Hargreaves, who raises them as a heroic team known as the Umbrella Academy. The last time we saw our heroes, Luther was carrying Vanya as he was unconscious. Allison had lost her voice due to an accidental slashing by Vanya. Diego just lost his friend, and also Luther is still dealing with his feelings towards Allison. Also, we were left off with the 5 heroes witnessing the shattering of the moon as a result of Vanya's powers and chunks of it plummeting and colliding with the earth. To escape this calamity, 5 decides to use his powers to time travel everyone away. He's actually never used his powers to transport other people before though, so things got a little weird. If you like our content, like, subscribe and click the bell for notifications. So to continue, this brings us to the 1960s. It is here that Five once again witnesses the end of the world, and it turns out that the siblings all got scattered between 1960 and 63 in and around Dallas. Also, they've all been living their own lives, each one certain that they were the only one to survive. So let's look at each of them in the 60s. Firstly, Klaus apparently has started a cult. Luther seems to be working in a fighting ring, and judging by Diego's clothes and those around him, he seems to be in a mental hospital. And it's unclear what's going on with Vanya and Allison. But one plus point from all this time traveling is that Allison got her voice back, and hence she got back her powers.
I heard a rumor. You punched yourself in the face.
When Five arrives last, he has to gather them all back together again and once again work to avoid the apocalypse, which is happening in 10 days and is a result of the group messing with the timeline. So apparently, they now have 2 apocalypses to stop, the one in 1963 and one in 2019, although the latter is still unsure whether it will happen or not, as the trigger is Vanya's uncontrollable power and Leonard Peabody's, or rather Harold Jenkins' manipulations. So that is rather unclear. But you might say, at least they don't have the commission breathing down their necks. Well, think again. Now, the commission is sending 3 Swedish assassins since apparently 2 is not enough to deal with our dysfunctional family of heroes. And guess what? Hazel is back. who looks more older and wiser, and he also informs Five that he has 10 days to stop the end of the world. If you recall, Hazel and his love interest Agnes escape the apocalypse just in time using the time traveling briefcase. Also, a fan favorite new character will be introduced, a goldfish on top of an automated suit whose name is Carmichael, and he's one of the chief figures of the commission. From the trailers, it seems that season 2 is loosely based on the second series of the Umbrella Academy comics titled Dallas. The comic Dallas revolves around the Hargreaves family traveling back in time to ensure the assassination of JFK. In the comic, Carmichael is described by Five as a goldfish that had gained the ability to speak as well as genius level intelligence and the strategic instincts of Nathan Bedford Forrest. In the first season, the main villain was the Handler, but since the Handler was executed at the end of the first season, it makes sense that the show would need a replacement for the head of the commission. Another plus point for the new season is Luther's body or his prosthetics seems to have been improved. Ben will also play a more significant role in this season, and it seems that he can move things at will now. Also, Klaus and Diego have actually changed their appearances. Diego also seems to have found a new friend whom he met at the mental hospital. And surprisingly, our heroes also met the much younger Sir Reginald Hargreaves. The trailer also seems to suggest that season 2 will see number 5 and his siblings working together to prevent an apocalypse tied to JFK's assassination, with Carmichael and the Commission working to prevent their meddling in the time stream, just as they did under the leadership of the Handler. Thank you for watching WatchFeed. As this is a new channel, please like, subscribe, and share this content. The Umbrella Academy Season 2 is set to release on 31st July 2020 on Netflix with 10 episodes.